Welcome into Extra Time. Ali Moreno and Stevie Nicol with me today. The first question for you, Stevie. If you had to pick between Sancho or Timo Werner for Liverpool, which one would you choose and why?
I would think I would go for Timo Werner. You know, I think Timo Werner basically can play all the way across the front line. He could play on the left side, he could play on the right, and he could play centre forward. Sancho, I think, could play either left or right. I don't think Sancho could play centre forward. So for that main reason, I would take Timo Werner.
Would you concur, Alejandro?
Yes, I would. I think Timo Werner gives you more flexibility and more options in the attack, and I think actually addresses areas of need for Liverpool. Whenever is it that Roberto Firmino perhaps is not scoring goals or not playing all that well, or maybe he needs a rest here and there and you need a player in that central position. I agree with Stevie that Timo Werner can give you that position and can give you an upgrade in terms of what the options would be of Liverpool coming off the bench.
Right then, boys. We've heard of the best teams that you've ever seen play. What are the worst teams that you've ever seen play? Ali, Chivas USA?
Yeah, we were not good. And I saw that on a daily basis. I've said this a few times, I thought I had a couple more years left in me physically to play, but I did not want to be part of that environment any longer. And if a team you feel like it retired you, I do think that by definition and by default, it should be the worst experience I've had as a player, and clearly that was the case.
Answer the phone, Stevie. That's got to be you with a home phone. Stevie, no, the worst team you've ever seen play?
Moreno. Do you know what? I'd have to say Derby County in the Premier League, where every time I watch them play, I've tried to figure out. You know, we always talk about how the Championship, which is the league below the Premier League, is one of the toughest leagues in the world, never mind anything else. And every time I saw Derby County play, I thought to myself, how did this team get out of the Championship? I mean, to be one of the top three teams in the championship, you have to have something about you. Either you're a great football team or you're a right fighting team. And this Derby County side that played in the Premier League had absolutely neither. So I just don't understand how they actually got to the Premier League in the first place.
Stevie, can you please give your honest opinion on Rafael's comments about Jules' best friend? This was on yesterday's show when Rafael was talking about Neymer, saying he's not a leader in the dressing room. He doesn't like to listen to criticism.
I would suggest that would be correct. You know, unless you're in the dressing room, you'll never know that. But what you can do is you can watch Neymer on the field, and people that are leaders do it on the field, particularly, and players that are great teammates and a huge part of the team. You see everything on the field of play that you could have a good idea of what goes on in the dressing room. And the only thing I've ever seen from Neymer since he's gone to PSG is me. Nothing else. So I certainly wouldn't argue with anybody saying that he's not a leader in the dressing room for certain.
Ali?
Yeah, based on the evidence that we see in front of us, and Stevie referred to it, we don't really know what happens once the locker room doors are closed. But in the evidence that we see in front of us, you would have to surmise and you would have to suggest that Neymer is far from being a leader. What I would say is that whenever we talk about players that are true leaders and true strong presence in the locker room and within the important structure of a team and at the nucleus of that important structure of a team, you don't have either former teammates or players that would know what the inner workings of that locker room was ever coming out and saying something against those players. So guys that have been true captains and true leaders, you don't ever hear former teammates or former players actually referring to them as he wasn't a leader, or he wasn't this, or he wasn't that. So when those things start coming out from people that have had some sort of interaction with you in the past, there's got to be some element of truth to it. And we don't have the whole story, and we don't have access to that information. But clearly all signs point to the fact that Neymer has come up short on a leadership aspect. Doesn't make him a bad player, doesn't make him a bad person, but it does make him a person who has not been able to carry the leadership role within the national team.
Every single leader...
Stevie, do either of you ever...
Every one of them... Every good leader has one thing in common, regardless of their ability, and they're an example. They're an example not just on the field of play, but every single day. And you cannot say that about Neymer. He's not an example for anybody. Never mind his teammates, he's not an example for kids watching the game, the way he dives around and the way, you know, the way he just tries to go round 5 and 6 players without using his teammates, the way he behaves on and off the field at times. This guy is not an example, and every great leader and every true leader has always been an example.
Stevie, do you play video games?
I still play one video game, and it's called Mario Kart. And on the odd occasion I do play it. I'm always on my bike, which I haven't been on for a while, to be honest. But when I do, I play Mario Kart.
So just to set the scene, he's on his exercise bike playing Mario Kart.
Correct.
What a sight.
And are you 150cc, Stevie?
Oh, aye, absolutely. No, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll take MD on Mario Kart. Big time.
Ali, what video games do you play?
Well, on the occasion in which I play video games with my sons, usually it's FIFA, but in order to make that happen, I have to be a 5-star team, and Alejandro, my oldest, will have to play with like a 2.5, 3-star team so that it becomes an actual match. And then they both my kids enjoy having me play one of these war games, so it's Call of Duty or Halo or something like that, because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm running around with a gun, not clear idea as to what I'm supposed to do and how I find the other players. But they do enjoy it because they know what they're doing, and they're able to seek me out in whatever the map is, and they kill me very easily. And they seem to enjoy that very much, to the point to where it's actually an enjoyable family activity.
Hey Dan, you've got to remind me. There is actually a game that I hate playing, but I actually do it because my grandson liked it, and I can't remember the name of it. You know the one I'm talking about, Dan, where it seems like Minecraft. I mean, mind blowing and mind bending. I don't get that. I could never get the point of it, but I played anyway because he wanted me to play. But boy, did I not enjoy that.
Yeah, mine has moved on to Fortnite now. Is your grandson playing Fortnite, Stevie?
Oh, he's past that. He's away past Fortnite now.
Oh yeah?
I couldn't even tell you what he's on.
Oh wow.
Oh, he's mental.
Yeah, it's like Rainbow Siege something or other, Dan. Come on, you gotta keep up, buddy.
No,
well, mine's only 8 though, isn't he? He was playing against Matteo Benetti at Fortnite last week.
I bet he beat him.
My youngest was like, Nate's playing with a strange man on the iPad. He's got a very deep voice. It doesn't sound safe.
Well, he was right. Yeah, Matteo's a strange man.
He's got that right.
This is true. Stevie, did you ever play on a team that used a sweeper? If so, how different was it from playing without a sweeper?
Well, to be honest, I'd have to say that whenever I played in a team that was a sweeper, it was usually me that was a sweeper. So I don't remember playing in front of anybody who was a sweeper per se. Oh, I tell you what, are you kidding? You sit in your armchair and order people around. You go there, you go there. I'll just tidy up all the little bits. You get plenty of time on the ball. You look like Franz Beckenbauer. No, what a great spot. If you've got a brain, and you know how to use that spot, I tell you what, it's fantastic. Well, because the great thing is all you're doing is basically reading the play in front of you and passing the ball. Because you're not chasing people, you're not fighting with people, you're not tackling people, you're just sweeping up all the danger, cutting out all the danger and making sure that it doesn't actually get to the stage where you have to do anything. So if you've got a brain, you're just like the conductor telling everybody to go left, right, you step up, you come back. Fantastic position.
Dan, it is the pickup game special as a retired player. The playing the sweeper position.
Right.
That is the go-to if you just want to get some touches on the ball and don't want to get involved in tackles. That is ideal position for you in a pickup game once you've retired from a professional.
Inside and outside, Ali.
What do you mean inside and out? Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, inside and outside, Dan. Inside joke, but yes, inside and outside. I agree with you 100%.
James Rodriguez or Luis Suarez? Better fit for Inter Miami, Ali?
Better fit is Luis Suarez because they're actually in need of a striker. You already have a playmaking advanced midfielder in Rodolfo Pizarro, in which you have invested a lot of money and have made him the key part and the key figure of your attack. So he would be the one building the play, and then you would need a striker to finish those plays. And so, if that's the case, and if Luis Suarez is indeed available to you, I do think that in terms of need, Luis Suarez is a better fit for Inter Miami.
Stevie?
How about he's just a far better player? I don't care if my team needs a goalie. It doesn't matter, because if I've got Suarez up front, that'll negate that problem. The same at centre-back. If I need a centre-back, you know what? I'll take Suarez anyway, because that'll negate that. All the way back, all the way through, if you've got Suarez up front in your team in MLS, you're going to take away half of your problems that's going on behind. So, easy peasy. Luis Suarez.
Final question. What were your guys' haircut like as a kid? Stevie, you've had the same haircut for life, haven't you?
No. See, that's where you're wrong, Dan. It's not often you're wrong, but you're wrong again. As a kid, I had a side shed. As an early teenager, I had the old axe up the middle pattern, one like that and one down the other side. And then when I was about 20, I got this thing, the old spiky.
Right.
It's getting a bit out of control now.
And you've had that for 40 years.
I'm going to say I was 22. Yeah, Michael was 6 months old when I got it done. So
right, good. Right, what's a side shed?
He's 36 now. A side shed is like the old, you know, the big wavy bit at the front, and the pattern up the side, and the big wavy bit right across there.
Oh, lovely. Ali?
Yeah, as a young kid, I used to have the part down, I guess, my left-hand side and kind of come over this way. But as you know, my hair and my hair type does not give me a lot of flexibility in terms of what I can do. So it became very quickly and very apparent to me that, you know what, it's just time to shave it and that's it. And then it grows back and you shave it again, and then I don't have many other options. I don't have the flexibility for a, what is it that Steve called it, a side shed? I don't have that in my game.
A side shed, yeah.
I'll tell you
And the
what
spiky one is not in my game either.
Dan, you've heard of a cow's lick, right?
A cow's lick,
so for anybody
yes.
who doesn't know what a cow's lick is, yeah. So as I said, when it goes across there, I had a big cow's lick, which is, you know when a cow sticks its tongue out and it's like that? Oh, well, That's what my hair was like, right across there. So it was a coos lick. That's what we call it in Scotland.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What a visual.
I tell you what, Teenage Dan Thomas had a beautiful mullet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Serious up front and party in
And
the
then
back.
early 20s, I had my tips done like a bad boy band. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
You had
That
your
is
what
it.
done?
That then brings us to the end of my tips. So you would just get the
your
top
tips,
bleached.
right.
So it looked really
no,
it looked really sexy,
stupid blonde
very
bits
cool.
and all that nonsense. Yeah.
Exactly.
Flock of seagulls
Exactly.
style. Oof. What a state.
Yes. Yeah, tips, yes. That's it. Thank you very much. ESPN FC back tomorrow for more Stevie and Ale. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.